Hello and welcome to another update video about MATIC. MATIC seems to have started a more substantial correction and has joined the crypto market. There are still two scenarios I'm observing which are both bullish, and there is one clear level that will help us distinguish between the two. The more directly, more aggressively bullish scenario will become less likely below $1.01. That's the yellow count, which suggests further direct trend continuation. And below $1.01, I will start to lean clearly towards the white count. I have to say, though, that already now, just purely by watching the microstructure, for me, the white count becomes more probable. I've still listed it as, okay, maybe not more probable yet. I need to see a break below $1.01, but the microstructure is currently, I think, confirming rather the white count than the yellow count, okay? So, and I will explain to you why. But overall, I mean, it is a chart that after this pullback should follow upside, or should engage in further upside trend continuation. So this is the opportunity, I think, that maybe some have been waiting for. We're currently in some kind of a pullback, and I'm still watching for lower prices until a first smaller impulse is starting. So my idea is here that since between September and December, we had this wave 1 to the upside in 5 waves. We had a wave 2 pullback in a corrective pullback. Then this third wave could now be unfolding to basically $2.12, maybe even $2.41 plus. And then we should get a wave 4 and a wave 5 still. But we're basically now in this interpretation in this third wave here. And this larger third wave consists obviously of 5 waves as well. And that's now what we are probably dealing with here. You know, it's just playing out the waves. And it just depends on, okay, the different ways of counting this, because there have been such choppy movements here in recent weeks. And they make the exact interpretation of the chart not unreliable, but sort of somewhat ambiguous on the smaller degree. So for example, it is possible that the wave 1 of the larger degree third wave topped here at around $1.15 on the 4th of March, 5th of March, before we had that sell-off in a wave 2. And now we're basically in a third wave, third of a third wave. But this third of a third wave consists again of 5 waves. And we might have seen here a 1, and we're now in the wave 2 pullback, which is coming down quite deep for that scenario already, especially for the current market. So it might suggest rather the white count, which allows for a bit more of a deeper pullback. Yeah, I mean, you know that I expect more downside for Bitcoin. So the altcoins seem to be affected again, you know. And we are going to zoom in now to the 1 hour chart and try to discuss the two scenarios. So in the yellow count, as I said, this move here, which topped then on the 10th of March, would be wave 1 of this wave 3. The pullback is basically an expanded flat structure in a wave 2, but I explained to you that the exact microstructure here is somewhat ambiguous. So we just need to be aware that it could easily break. I mean, altcoins can always break, but we have a wave 1 to the upside, this wave 2 pullback. It's now only in the middle of the support area, so the yellow count is still very much relevant. But it seems like it might want to make another low unless it turns around now. So wave 2 might be a bit reset here. The exact micro count of this decline is a bit unclear to me, I have to say. And it seems to be following more the white count, to be honest. Just I could explain the count better, okay, on the smallest structures, on the smallest wave degrees. For example, we can say that the larger wave 1 finished here. So basically the assumption in the white count is that it didn't top here, this wave 1 on the 4th of March, but instead topped here on the 13th, the entire move up that started on the 23rd of January. Just in a very much extended 5th wave of wave 1. That means a cycle is complete. We're now correcting this cycle in a counter trend move, in a pullback, which might be unfolding here as an A, B, C structure. And the A wave probably bottomed on the 15th of March. The B wave, yeah, might be unfolding right now in an ABC flat. So this move up is not convincing in terms of, okay, the third wave rally has started. Absolutely not, but it could be the A wave of a B wave. This could be the B wave pullback of a B wave. And we could see from this region possibly a C wave rally. Now that's just at the moment a potential. I don't see any sign or setup for this C wave. It's also possible that the B wave finished. It was weak then, and we're heading down quite directly in a C wave into the lower support region. I mentioned it before, I would see, if I wanted to add positions, I would see the entire range here as possible accumulation space. Just be aware that at the moment there is no confirmation for a low. So naturally, I will look for lower prices, until the market has given us any indication that a low is in place. And I want to see a 5-wave move to the upside to suggest that it has bottomed in either yellow wave 2 or white wave 2. Until then, I'm still looking for lower prices. That's sort of what we need to adopt, I think, that approach, while possibly accumulating in this area, because this is where it can turn around at any point. But not being aggressive, because there's no way you can set a tight stop here. I explained that in the last video. In the decline, catching the falling knife, it's not wise to be aggressive because you don't know how low it goes, right? The trend is down clearly at the moment on the smaller time frames. On the larger, it's up, okay, but it might be correcting this entire move. So we have to be ready that it could drop into the lower support region between 99.8 or 78 cents in this region. And when we see a reaction there, then we can say, okay, the larger wave 2 is likely done. But for now, I'm watching for lower prices, but in this area already very much on high alert for potential reactions to either $1.09, $1.06 or $1.01. These are the levels to watch, and then it would take minimally a break above the $1.16 level, $1.17, to suggest that, okay, something more bullish is going on. But then I would first observe if this is a high B wave, and if it forms instead of 3 waves, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then in the subsequent pullback, I can offer another support region. So it all depends on personal strategy. You might want to say, okay, for me, this is now coming down, so I don't want to buy into the pullback. I just want to wait for a confirmation that the trend is turning around and goes back to the upside. So you wait for the initial 5-wave move up and buy the 3-wave pullback with a tight stop. The risk here is when it goes, it's probably a third wave, especially a third wave of the third wave. So it might not ever pull back again, So again, that's the balance that every trader has to deal with, from reward and risk. Here, the reward to risk ratio is pretty good overall, especially for, maybe even a trade towards the $10 mark, which is my bull market projection. But yeah, in the short term, it's just still catching the falling knife at the moment. No sign of a low in place, but the parameters are clear that we can be watching. So I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.